Once there was a man who made hats, so everybody called him the Hatter. When he had a day off, he jumped in his big car and drove as fast as he could. He stopped to buy a bag of snacks and drinks, then raced off again. "Look at me! My car goes faster than yours!" the Hatter shouted. "Where shall I go? I don't care. I'm a Mad Hatter. I don't care about anything." He drove out of the town. There were fields and trees all around, but he didn't notice. He swigged his drink and threw the plastic bottle out of the car window, munched his snacks and chucked the packets out too. "This bag is getting in my way." Out of the window it went. The bottle landed in the grass beside the road and the bag caught in the hedge. Mother Hedgehog came trundling out of the hedge with her young ones. "Now, this is how you cross a road," she started. "We must be very careful. You know what happened to Uncle Albert?" "Yes, Mum," they all said, except Timmy. "Timmy, what are you doing?" "Oh no!" Little Timmy Hedgehog had got his head inside a plastic bottle. "I've told you before not to drink that man-made stuff. It's not good for you. Come out of there." Timmy said something, but they couldn't hear what. Meanwhile, the Hatter had gone the wrong way. "Oops! Where am I? This road is too small for my lovely big car. Oh no! There's a river in my way. There's no room to turn round. I'll have to reverse. I'm stuck in the mud and it's making my shiny car all dirty. Help!" No answer came, just a bird singing. The Hatter got out of his car and looked round. "This is a funny place. No shops, no pavements. Oh, not even a cafe. It's all green. There are leaves and twiggy things. I think I remember. They're called trees." He tried to use his mobile phone, but there was no signal. Oh, the Hatter flopped down, feeling heavy-hearted. He watched the river flowing by, and it was quite soothing. And the birdsong was nice. He found some sweets in his pocket. He guzzled them up and dropped the packet in the grass. "I think this is yours," said a small voice. The Mad Hatter looked all around, then up, then down. There it was, the thing that had spoken to him. It was small, spiky and brown, with bright black eyes. She had more to say, apparently. Mother Hedgehog pushed the sweet wrapper at him with her nose. "Take it away with you. This is our home, not a rubbish bin." "There are more of you?" The Hatter was worried now. Out of the bushes trotted more hedgehogs. Rabbits came hopping. A hare bounded towards him. A kestrel swooped down and perched on a tree, looking at him with a sharp eye. A water vole climbed up from the river bank. Bees buzzed all around. The Hatter looked at all those teeth and claws and felt scared. Last of all came an old hedgehog, leading a tiny one who couldn't see where he was going and kept tripping over. "Little Timmy has got this horrible thing stuck on his head," squeaked Grandma Hedgehog. "Soon he won't be able to breathe any more. Oh, you found a human. Make it help us." The animals surrounded the Hatter. "What's wrong?" "Oh," he felt hot. The bottle looked just like the one he'd thrown out of his car window. He got aggressive, as people do sometimes when they feel uncomfy. "Little Timmy shouldn't have put his head inside it." Just then a boat floated by on the river. It was Alice with her teenage sister and her friends. The teenagers were rowing. Alice called out, "Look, there's a whole group of animals. Let's stop and see what's happening." "Oh, the little one's got a bottle stuck on his head. Oh, poor thing. Are you helping him, Mr. I don't know your name." "That's good of you." The Hatter felt even more embarrassed. "I'm the Mad Hatter," he said with a swagger. The teenagers steered the boat into the bank and Alice climbed out. They tied the boat up to a tree with a rope. Everybody was looking at the Hatter, so he thought he'd better try to help. He pulled at the bottle on Timmy's head, but it was stuck. He remembered all the times somebody called him clumsy or lazy, and so he gave up. The animals chanted all together. "Human brains thought up this stuff, now you need to sort it. Human hands made toxic dirt, now it's time to get to work. You're the ones with fingers and thumbs, clever minds and kindness. Clean up the mess that humans made and please, please, help us." "We can help. I've got my sewing scissors in my bag," said Alice. "You hold the little hedgehog in your gentle hands, Mr. Hatter, and I'll make a hole so at least he can breathe." She cut the bottle away carefully, and at last the bits of plastic came off Timmy's head. Mother Hedgehog nuzzled her baby as he sobbed for breath. The Hatter put his head in his hands. "What's the matter, Mad Hatter?" asked Alice. "I didn't mean to be a bad Hatter. I just didn't know there was anything wrong with throwing stuff out of my car. I'm sorry, little Timmy. I'm a sad Hatter now." He was thinking about all the other bottles he'd thrown onto the grass last week. "Now that you know better, you can do better, can't you?" Alice chuckled. "Let's share our picnic." The teenagers got a cloth out of the boat and spread lunch boxes on it, full of raspberries, raisins, apple slices and oat cakes. Alice asked Mother Hedgehog, "Can little Timmy have a raspberry?" "Oh, yes, please," grunted Mother Hedgehog. "He likes wild ones when we find them. Here you are, Timmy." "Here's some for you too, Mr. Hatter, to cheer you up," offered Alice. "Can you really eat these things?" The Mad Hatter peered at it suspiciously. "Don't they have to be made into sweets first?" Alice laughed and popped one in her mouth. He tried one and another one. Alice took a swig of water from her flask. "Oh, it's still lovely and cool." The Hatter looked around for his drink and then remembered. "Come for a swim," the teenagers invited him. "This is a safe place. We checked it out before we set off." They undressed and slid into the water. The Hatter tore off his shirts, buttons pinging off everywhere. "Never mind, I'll throw it away later," he laughed. Alice looked horrified. "It's all right. I'll put it in the rubbish bin, not just throw it out of the car window." The Hatter sounded quite proud of all he had learned. "You don't have to throw it away just because the buttons came off," Alice exclaimed. "You can sew them back on. I know you can do it, Mr. Hatter. Look, like this." She threaded her needle. Little Timmy Hedgehog came pottering over the grass with a button in his mouth. "Oh no, Timmy, don't try to eat that," said the Hatter. "Haven't you learnt anything?" Timmy laid the button at his feet. "He's saying thank you," explained Mother Hedgehog. When the Hatter had sewn his buttons on and had a swim, they gave him a ride in the boat back to town. "No smoke, no gloom, no petrol fumes. Let's all try to help the sky," they cheered as they skimmed along. He got help to pull his car out of the mud, took it home and washed it, and put it in the garage. Next time he had a day off, he shouted, "Look at me! I can go faster than anyone else." He jumped on his shiny new bike and whizzed off into the countryside for a picnic.